Hey there, everybody. How's it going today? Ian back here with you, Entertainment Examiner. Hey, a couple weeks ago, you guys got to see me sit right here and watch the Oscar nominations live with you, and then I posted that video like about a half hour later. At that point, I had seen about seven out of the eight Best Picture nominees. Well, now I've officially seen all eight, as I just watched The Father last week. What an emotional, beautiful, awesome movie this was. Awesome in the fact about how well done it is, but the subject matter is certainly not. The Father is based on the 2012 play written by Florian Zeller, who is a French playwright. Um, Zeller directed this movie and co-wrote it. This is his first time directing a movie, but you'd never know it. The movie is about a man named Anthony. Anthony is an elderly gentleman who is suffering from dementia. Uh, there are so many beautiful things about this movie. The first off is Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins plays Anthony and gives one of the best performances in his entire career, um, which is really saying something since Anthony Hopkins is in his 80s and he's been starring in movies since the 60s. He was in The Lion and Winter with Katharine Hepburn in 1968. I mean, he's been doing this for so long. He's played such iconic roles, been in such iconic films, been part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Thor films. But here we see Hopkins seldom like we've ever seen him before. He's a man suffering from something that he we some of us that many of us are around people who have this horrible illness, and it's just very difficult to imagine what it must be like for them. But Zeller does that in the fact that he takes this movie and his play and puts it from that person's perspective. So the way the movie moves is very interesting because everything is the way Anthony sees it, including people and people not there and people being there and places and just small items being there one minute, not the next, or something he misremembers. Um, and that makes the movie all the more absorbing for the viewer, is the fact that, we are in this journey with him. And Hopkins is brilliant. He is simply brilliant. Olivia Colman, who won an Oscar a couple years ago for The Favorite. They're both nominated this year. She plays his daughter Anne, who is trying to do all she can for her father, and he goes from one mood to another in one particular scene. And it just shows the brilliance of Hopkins' performance and the brilliance of how he is really knocks this performance out of the park. It's devastating to watch. The end is so just the last scenes are very hard to watch. I will not sugarcoat that at all, but um, when you come to the realization of the end, it's just such a heartbreaking, but it's a beautiful film. It gives insight to something on film that I think that hasn't been captured that well. I think it's one of the best films about dementia ever made. Um, Going back to my Oscar conversation earlier, I'd spoken about both of them being nominated, and this is such a hard year, and a lot of people are predicting that the late great Chadwick Boseman should win for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and I think he was awesome in that movie and what he went through personally making that film. The fact that he's competing in the same category with Hopkins is just, I mean, you know, the fact that both of them and Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, and that's a very hard Best Actor category this year, but I don't know who I would personally pick, but I'd say Hopkins is almost in another league than all the other nominees, and that's not diminishing the other nominees at all because I think they all do amazing work, especially Boseman. Um, but back to the film, I think what Zeller does is that he really executes the play to film well. A lot of we've seen it this past year with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and One Night in Miami. Those are also two plays that were made into film. I think Ma Rainey did it better than One Night, but I think The Father did it better than both of those. And that's also very difficult to do. It's also very difficult to recommend this movie like I will with my highest rating, a 4-star review, to people because it's one that I think they're gonna just, oh, I don't want to watch that. It's gonna be too sad. But I think it's sad, but it's also informative, and it's also, I think, one that's gonna stay with you for a long time. And I think sometimes those are the best kind of movies, the ones that we maybe need to watch instead of want to watch. So I love The Father. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I think since people are now watching it on demand now, people are really discovering this film and discovering just how great it is. So check out The Father. It's in select theaters, so check your theaters if you want to go to the movies in your area if it's safe. And it's also on VOD. It's a little, all the VODs are kind of expensive rentals right now, but I definitely think The Father's worth it. So check it out. So. Okay, that's all I got for this review for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to my page, Entertainment Examiner, and ring that bell for notifications so you guys know when I post. So that's all I got for this movie review. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.